Hello and welcome back to Common Ground Podcast, where we talk about anything and everything. My name is Amy Bacon, I'm your host, and today I'm going to talk to you about a bit of a niche topic, but about posting online as somebody with a very small audience and how to sort of gain confidence, navigate that experience, and just chat about the ins and outs as somebody who's been doing it for 5+ years. I never felt the need to become or push to become a larger platform. I'm very happy with the platform that I do have. It's an important conversation to have for folks who are in that community, because I know it can get a little bit toxic and the space can feel a little bit negative when you're always searching for something bigger. So a little bit of context, I created my first TikTok account when I was 17, and it randomly kind of blew up a little bit and I got a lot of traction, and I wasn't sharing my face a lot on my account, but I was sharing daily life content, and I fell in love with the experience of creating content, documenting mundane moments, and just being sort of the designated video photo taker of my friend group. I always feel like I'm the person who's trailing behind, taking candid pictures and getting the close-up shots that people are always like, oh, can I have that and post it on my Instagram, or can I post this video and share it with my friends? And I love that because I think it's amazing, and it makes me kind of live in the moment and be like, wow, this is something that I really am going to miss, or this small thing is captures the essence of the experience that we're having right now. And that's why I continued to post on that account, and I ultimately stopped posting on there. There's a lot of reasons why I stopped posting on my old account, but I felt it was just a little bit too negative, because I was sharing a lot of content that was going through a difficult time, and I didn't feel it resonated with me anymore. And so the audience that I had built on that did really resonate with that content, and I didn't want to be giving them that anymore. And I didn't feel like content was doing well when I wasn't posting things about sad stuff. And so I ultimately ended up creating I've had a lot of accounts, but I created a new account. One of the things that made me love content creation and sharing content online is the community that I've built. And I only have 1,800 followers on TikTok. I had 20,000 followers before, and I would say the same goes for my 1,800 account. The community is the same. People are so loving and welcoming, and you find people who are doing the same thing as you, and you bond and connect over this experience. And I have friends all over the world. It's actually insane. I've met people in real life, spent time with them, jumped on calls, and we support each other, and I've made friends that I will be friends with for the rest of my life through this experience. And it is one of the sole reasons why I continue doing this. I think it is okay to continue doing it and feel maybe a little embarrassed because your post doesn't get that many views, or maybe only a few people see it. It leads me into being perceived online, which is very scary. And for anybody who's considering content creation, being perceived online for the first time is very scary. I vividly remember the first time that somebody was like, is this your account, in 2021? And I was like, oh my god, this is humiliating. And I was so embarrassed, and I wanted to cry and crawl into a hole, because I was like, this was supposed to, no one was supposed to see this, blah blah blah. It was supposed to just be for me, but of course it's not just for you. If you're sharing it online, it's going to be for everyone. And so I sort of came up after that with the philosophy that if I'm not okay with my content being passed around in a group chat or in a hangout where people are passing the phone around and looking at my account, then I'm not posting it. You should not be sharing things that you're not proud of. And that shifted my perspective on how I approach posting and how I feel about posting. So even if I'm sharing a video and it doesn't do well, I know in my heart that I'm proud of it and I did my best. And it's not always about views. Sometimes it's about just connecting with the people that you want to connect with. It can be really disheartening though to spend 4 hours editing a video and then it gets 30 views, and a lot of it has to do, I think, with the algorithm as well. Sometimes sharing content that's created in a secondary platform and then resharing it on another platform, it's very finicky, and you sort of get to know things that will work, things that don't, as you start posting more consistently. But sometimes it just, you can never really be sure, to be honest. Another thing that I found is if you're posting content that you are proud of, brands will find you regardless of your follower and view count. I only have just under 1,800 followers, and I've worked with Clinique, I've worked with Celsius, I've worked with a variety of clothing brands. And now something that I'm really excited about is becoming more of like a freelance content creator, because it's not even that they want to use my platform, they appreciate the style of video that I create. So I'm creating content that I'm proud of and I love what I share, and brands are like, we want you to create content for us. You don't even need to post it on your account and we're going to pay you. Let this be known, if you're sharing content that you're like, oh, I don't know, like this didn't really do well or whatever, if it's your style and your tone, the right companies, the right people are going to see you and be like, that will work for us. And it's happened to me a few times now. Videos that they're like, oh, we like this video. I'm like, I would have never picked that that's the video that you were gonna send me. I have like so many other things, but you never know. As long as you like what you're sharing and you're happy with it, I think share it, because you never know the type of opportunities that are waiting and how somebody else is going to perceive your content. You do, I think, need to be cautious though. Choosing brands that align with your views is important, because I've had a couple of times, more than a couple, I've had to say no to offers that I would have liked to accept because they would have paid me money, and I couldn't in a good conscience work with like super fast fashion brands or companies promoting AI. Everybody's using it, everybody's doing it. You don't need another person getting paid to talk about it online. I think it's important to set a morals and like value system for yourself, maybe before you start getting into the realm of working with and partnering with brands, because it can get a little bit finicky. We start seeing the money that's involved with things, so make sure to draw your own lines. The last thing I'll touch on is if you're looking to get into content creation, or you're in content creation and you're feeling unmotivated because you're not getting brand deals, because you're not getting higher views, because you're not performing the same as your friend, etc., etc., you need to reframe how you're looking at your social. I don't say this lightly, because I struggle with it a lot and it can be very disheartening, especially when you sort of get perceived as the person who does post and people are asking you what you're doing and you're like, oh, well, I'm not doing anything right now, or I spent a lot of time on this video and it didn't do well. You just need to be doing things for the right reasons. Once you stop focusing on getting partnerships and posting for the sake of getting collaborations, or because you want a video, like, don't post stuff because you think, oh, this is gonna get me 1 million views, but you hate what you're posting. It will never feel good and you'll never be satisfied. I stand behind posting content for a niche audience. If 300 people see your video, cool. Way cooler than posting something that you hate and it ends up getting 500,000 views, which has happened to me before, and I wanted to crawl under a rock. Let it be learned from me. Don't make the same mistakes. Make sure the content that you're sharing is content that you're happy with, that you're proud of, and remove the pressure of having an expectation of what it is going to do. Removing an expectation removes a lot of stress, and then you can enjoy what you're doing. You should enjoy creating content, editing content, sharing, building a community, connecting with other people. And if that is something that you want, you can totally do that. And you do not need 1 million followers. You don't even need 1,000 followers. You can have 50 followers and you can have a community. A community is just a bunch of people coming together. The right people will find you when you're sharing the things that you love, because people see passion. People see passion, and if you are not passionate, it reads, and it's very obvious. As I said before in my other videos, if it feels a little bit embarrassing, you're probably doing the right thing, because doing things out of your comfort zone can feel uncomfortable, but it's usually worth it in the end, I find. And I have no regrets. I've been doing this for 5 years, and I will continue doing it until I, for whatever reason, don't want to anymore. It's just fun, and when you let it be fun, then it's actually fun and not stressful or like this big daunting task that you have to do. For anybody considering content creation, my vote is that you just do it. If you're thinking about starting, just start. Pick a day and do it, and just start posting. I hope that this little bit of advice was insightful and gave some perspective onto how somebody who posts online with a small follower account maybe feels about their account. I feel like sometimes people are like, oh, she must be sad. I'm like, I'm not. I'm very satisfied. I honestly think I would be very stressed out if I woke up tomorrow morning with 30,000 followers or something crazy like that. You can be a niche influencer, and being niche is cool. 300 people seeing your video is cool. Let's change the narrative. But I am gonna wrap it up there today. I hope that this was helpful to you and you feel a little bit inspired to maybe take your phone out and start capturing moments. As always, thank you so much for watching and for listening. I will talk to you again.